What's up, guys? It's all about Mike 18 here with another movie review. Hey guys, before I go any further in this video, if any of you are wondering why my voice is a little different, it's because I just got over a cold, a sore throat, stuffy nose, all that stuff that comes with, a common cold. I got clogged ears and everything, but I'm almost done with my cold, so that's why my voice is different. I just wanted to warn you guys. Not warn you guys, I just wanted to let you guys know if you were wondering why my voice has changed. Anyway, here is the movie review for Snow White and the Huntsman. Now, Snow White and the Huntsman came out back on June 1st, and I never got a chance to see it. I was really, really busy in June. I finally got a chance to see it this week, and I did. And to be honest, it was all right. It was pretty good. I thought it was going to be really cool. I always wanted to see it ever since it came out because the trailer looked so cool. Looked like it looked like it was going to have so many cool fight scenes in the movie, so that's one reason why I automatically wanted to go see it. And it looked like a cooler version of the version of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, which came out back in either the 1930s or 1940s. I'm sorry about that, guys, from Disney, which I saw when I was a kid. I just wanted to again mention this, that I am not going to compare this movie to Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs because I don't remember that movie when I saw it when I was a kid, because I saw it when I was a kid. I don't remember it. That was years ago. I'm pretty sure I've only seen the movie like once, but anyway, I'm just gonna review this movie based on what I saw in the theaters today, and that's what I'm gonna do. Was Snow White and the Huntsman good? Yeah, it was all right. It was definitely not the best movie this summer. I personally didn't think it was as good as Battleship. I like Battleship a little bit more. That's me. I like action films like Battleship more than a movie like this, but overall, this movie was good. I thought it would be a lot better than what I saw, but it still overall was a decent movie. I do recommend it. Anyway, let me go into my review. I will talk about a little bit about the plot. I'm not going to spoil this movie, the characters and everything, like my usual review, and then I'll give my rating and everything. And here we go. Snow White and the Huntsman. Obviously, you're going to have the main antagonist, the Queen. In this movie, I think is Queen Ravenna, played by Charlize Theron. She is this really beautiful but evil queen that can take a young girl, touch her, and then take her youth. Because the queen has lived a very long life. She's really, really old, but she looks, like young. You see see Charlize Theron on the poster. She's very, very young because she can take the youth of a young girl and show off her younger appearance. She shows that she's young by taking the youth of younger women. And she's this just really evil queen, and she asked the mirror on the wall that I remember seeing in the Shrek movies. It reminded me of the Shrek movies for some reason, even though it was this really cool golden mirror. She asked, "Who's the fairest one of all?" And the mirror answers, "You are my queen, but there is one that is fairer, and it is Snow White." Now, Snow White is actually locked up in a prison that in the castle where she's the queen. She's the queen of the kingdom. And Snow White's a prisoner. There's a whole reason why she was in prison. I'm not going to go into that reason. You will automatically know why she's in prison within the first 10 minutes of the movie. There's a whole there's a whole beginning story that takes place that I'm not going to mention, involving Snow White and her father as the king and her mother as the queen, and how her mother something happens to her mother, and then the father gets involved with Charlize Theron. So I'm not going to go into that. Anyway. So the queen must take the heart of Snow White. She does that, then she will gain immortality, and she will live forever. She will look young forever, which is exactly what she wants. So Snow White escapes out of prison. I'm not going to say how. And what the queen does, she hires the Huntsman, played by Chris Hemsworth, to go after Snow White, played by Kristen Stewart. So he can capture, if he captures Snow White, brings her back to the queen promises Chris Hemsworth his dead wife. She will bring his dead wife back to life. So that's what's going on in the first half of the movie. That's the main story for the first half of the movie. And Chris Hemsworth is like a good choice to go and get Snow White out of the dark forest, because he's one of the only huntsmen that has survived going into the dark forest, and that's where Snow White is. That's where she runs off to, and they're pretty sure she's like dead pretty much in there, because you really don't come out alive out of the dark forest. But Chris Hemsworth is going to go in and get her, and if he does, he brings her back, he will get his dead wife back, and she will gain immortality once she takes Snow White's heart. So that's the first bit of story. That's the story that's going on for the first half of the movie. I don't want to give away what happens throughout the rest of the movie. I just know that that Snow White and the Huntsman meet, and they have a quest to go on throughout the rest of the movie, and they ultimately want to stop the queen from her evil ruling. That's pretty much it. I don't want to give away anything else, guys. I'm sorry. I don't want to spoil it. I was completely shocked by a few things that happened in this movie. One scene in particular really shocked me, like really, really did. It was towards the end of the movie, and it was in a snowy setting. I'm not going to give it away. You guys know what I'm talking about if you've seen the movie. That was a really cool scene. I really liked that. Anyway, overall, the story of this movie was really good. A couple parts of the movie did surprisingly bore me. Like, I was just waiting for something interesting to happen. Like, they just dragged on a little bit for me. But overall, there were some really cool scenes in this movie. Really, really cool. And just the queen was just a really good, just a good character. I liked it. But now I'm going into the characters of the movie. You obviously have Snow White, played by Kristen Stewart. Now, Kristen Stewart is an actress. I have seen, like, a few of her, like, movies when she was, like, a kid. I'm trying to think of a few. Like, Speak. Something like that. Now, Kristen Stewart, I don't watch her more recent movies because, you know, she's in the Twilight movies, and I can't even tolerate those movies. But that's why I'm not a big Kristen Stewart fan. But overall, she was good in this movie. There was nothing like that really stood out about her, really. Like, I really thought that she would give a good performance. She did give a good performance. She did. But there was nothing that was really, you know, too impressive about her. She was just, you know, she was a good actress in this movie. There was nothing that was out of the ordinary. But anyway, the Queen is played by Charlize Theron. Now, Charlize Theron was very, very good in this movie as the Queen. She was really, really wicked and just cool. I really enjoyed the Queen. A lot of people do praise the movie for the Queen, and I am going to praise this movie for the Queen. It was a cool movie. The Queen was a good part of the movie. I do have one complaint about the Queen, though. I wanted to see her more in the middle of the movie. I thought she was in a lot in the beginning, obviously, and she was in a lot in the end. But in the middle, like, it showed her bits, but I just wanted to see more of her in the middle, I guess. I was waiting for her to come back on screen. I'm like, where is she? They're just showing Snow White and this Huntsman guy. And that's something that didn't disappoint me. I just wanted to see a little bit more of her in the middle. Anyway, Chris Hemsworth plays the Huntsman. I forget his name. I'm not sure. I gotta go look that up. But anyway, he plays the Huntsman. And Chris Hemsworth was good in this movie as the Huntsman. He was probably one of the reasons why I went to go see this movie, because I like his movies. You know, he was Thor in Thor. He was in Cabin in the Woods. He was in A Perfect Getaway, even though I haven't seen that movie. And that's one reason why I wanted to go see this movie, besides, you know, the fight scenes and all the cool trailer and everything. But Chris Hemsworth was, overall, he was good in this movie. I really don't have any complaints about him. Those are the only real actors that I know in this movie. You had also, this is something that surprised me. Something that obviously I am reminded of from the animated movie Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. They actually had the 7 dwarves. Well, actually, there are 8 dwarves in this movie. I'm not going to say what happened to the 8th. But there were dwarves in this movie, and I was actually kind of surprised by that. I knew that was coming, but I just forgot about it. And I was kind of surprised to see the dwarves in the movie. I thought that was really interesting that they brought them in. I didn't think they were, actually. I kind of forgot about them. That was nice. None of the actors of the dwarves really stick out to me. I don't remember any of them. And then you have a whole bunch of, like, creatures. Like, there's this one scene where Snow White and the dwarves and the Huntsman go into, like, this fairy forest, and you see these birds and these little, like, white creatures, like, come out of the bird's stomach. I mean, the creatures in this movie were really kind of cool, especially in that forest scene. That was really, like, bizarre, and I actually enjoyed that. The creatures in the movie were cool. There was a troll in one scene in the movie that was fighting the Huntsman. I really liked that part. The overall, like, the creatures in this movie was really, really nice. I would have loved to see, like, some more, like, weird kind of, like, creatures, but that was kind of cool. Anyway, as for the setting in this movie, but anyway, back to the actors. The actors, they all did great roles. They all had great roles. There was nothing wrong with the acting or anything like that in this movie. That was all great. The setting in this movie was really, really cool. It's in like the Middle Ages, or not, I don't even know about the Middle Ages, like the older times, if that even makes sense. Like, the setting was in, you know, forest and the dark forest was a really cool part of the movie when Snow White was in the dark forest and the Huntsman was trying to get her because the Queen hired him. And it was just like all these like these mysterious black figures were like in the forest. It was all these like insects. It was really, really cool and sinister and dark. This movie had like a dark feeling to it. in some parts of it, and that's something that I realized is different from this movie, comparing it to, yes, I will compare it to the animated movie. The animated movie was a lot more, a lot more, had a happier mood. This mood was a lot darker and just tragic, and not necessarily so tragic, but it was just had a darker tone to it, which I actually enjoyed. And that's pretty much it for the setting. You had the setting in the castle. There were a lot of cool fight scenes, especially in the end of the movie at the castle. Trying to think. And, in the forest there were some fight scenes. On the journey that Snow White and the Huntsman have to make. There were a lot of cool places where they went to. I really liked the fight scene with the troll, and then that scene, like I said before, the snowy setting scene involving Snow White and the Queen, and I did not expect that at all. That was a really, really cool scene. I enjoyed. Overall, the setting in this movie was nice. I enjoyed it. Sorry about that, guys. As for the humor, there really wasn't any humor in this, but I'm not gonna just give this movie a bad score because there was no humor in it. No, it's just there wasn't a lot. Actually, I don't recall laughing at all. As for this movie's rating, it's rated PG-13. I guess just a few scenes of violence. That's why people do get killed. That's why they rated this movie PG-13. It was nothing that bad. Kids can go see this movie. There's nothing wrong with that. Anyway, that's really all I want to talk about. The visual effects were really, really nice, too. That was another thing about this movie. I really enjoyed the visual effects. Charlize Theron was just, getting back to her, I couldn't take my eyes off her every single time she was on camera. Like, say there were some scenes involving Snow White and the Huntsman, like they were just talking about something, or the dwarves, I would just, look around the theater. I kind of got bored in some scenes with them. When Charlize Theron was on screen, not just because she's insanely hot, I was just looking at her just because she was a nice character, and the fact that she was insanely hot, too. But, she's not that nice to look at, though, when she's, old in some parts, when she, loses the appearance of her youth. That was really kind of hard to look at, just saying. But, anyway, this movie was a nice movie, a decent summer movie. I'm going to have to give Snow White and the Huntsman an 8 out of 10. I don't feel like it deserves a 9, frankly, because there were some parts that slightly bored me. I don't know why. I didn't expect to be bored in a few scenes, just a few scenes just kind of bored me. And then, this isn't, my type of action movie. My type of action movie is like Battleship, like Transformers, like something like that, like the Marvel movie, the Avengers movies. Those kinds of movies, that's my type of action movie. This is like sword fights, and, they have shields, and they have, excuse me, bow and arrows and stuff like that. That's this kind of movie. And that's not my type of action movie. Like I said, and, my Huntsman has, an axe. My type of action movie is, like the Transformer movies, like Battleship, like movies like that, like the Hunger Games. Well, not necessarily the Hunger Games. I don't know why I just said that. I was just thinking, this movie reminded me a lot of the Hunger Games. When they had bow and arrows, that was really kind of cool. There was this archer guy, the Prince William. He was another cool character, by the way. Prince William, who knew Snow White as a kid. That was another interesting character. But overall, this movie is an 8 out of 10. Like I said, just a few parts of this movie bored me, and I don't feel it's worthy of a 9 or higher. I would say 8 out of 10 is the highest I'm going to give this movie. There's just nothing special about it. There's nothing, it's not out of the ordinary. It's not like the Avengers. It's not like the Hunger Games. It's not like Active Vow. It's just like an ordinary movie. It's not bad, though. I do recommend you see this movie. Am I going to buy this movie on Blu-ray? Probably. Am I going to buy it right away, though? That's the question. No, I'm not going to buy this movie right away on Blu-ray. I'm going to wait till the price goes down. When it's like $10 on Amazon, then I'll buy this movie on Blu-ray. But I'm not going to just rush to. I don't need to watch this movie again anytime soon. It will look very nice on Blu-ray. I'm very sure about that. But overall, Snow White and the Huntsman deserves an 8 out of 10 for me. It really did have a good plot. I enjoyed the characters. The characters didn't show me, too much. They were good characters. I enjoyed them. The actors were really good in their roles, but I thought they would be more extraordinary. My hopes were not let down for this movie. No, they weren't. Just a few scenes did surprisingly bore me. And I don't know. I don't know why I was getting bored so easily in the theater today. I don't know if it was just the movie or it was just me, if I was tired. I don't know. But, nevertheless, I don't think this movie deserves an 8 out of 10. Anything higher than an 8 out of 10. That's my final rating for it. Not the worst movie I've seen this whole year. Definitely not. Probably one of the better ones, actually. Believe me, I've seen worse movies this year. But overall, Snow White and the Huntsman is a good movie. I do recommend it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this review. And stay tuned for other videos. Stay tuned for my Amazing Spider-Man movie review, which is going to be coming next week. Bye, guys.